Yo, guys, welcome back to In the Frame Podcast. My name is Alberto Mendoza with your boy Peter Collins. This is episode 37.
Yes, sir.
Episode 37. Let's get it, man.
Let's go. Cheers.
That's good stuff, man.
Welcome back, bro.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. Just got back from Cabo San Lucas for a little birthday getaway, little weekend, something light. Know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It was cool though, man.
How was the atmosphere over there? Same. It's crazy as Saloon.
No, so my whole plan was like, hey, let's just go lounge. Literally planned it like 2 nights before we took off.
I remember he told. I was like, "So where are you going?" I was like, "Dude, I don't know yet, but I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I knew I didn't want to be here for my birthday. So for those that don't know me, first of all, you guys got to give us a follow. Follow my boy Peter Collins, Peter Collins Frames, _Mendoza, and in the Frame podcast on Instagram. We're very active there. So every year I'm usually not in town intentionally. I just like to go somewhere for my birthday. And last year it got shut down because of
what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was kind of whack. And this year I was like, I don't want to be home again. So like, let's do something. And we're looking around. We're doing like Palm Springs and we're doing Joshua Tree, probably maybe Mammoth or Big Bear. Maybe do a little snowboard trip.
Okay.
But I'm feeling like something like beach vibe. Yeah. Even though we do live at the beach, but it's freaking cold here so far.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, let's go to Cabo. Like, fuck it, let's go to Cabo. And then flights were pretty freaking reasonable. So we did that, and it was cool, man. I just wanted to lounge, drink, and chill. I didn't want to shoot anything, even though I did shoot stuff like with my drone, obviously. But yeah, dude, it was pretty cool. Little weekend getaway.
That's what's up.
Yeah. How about you, man? How you been? How's the wedding planning going, man? You looking a little stressed, looking a little tight on the shoulders.
I said in a previous episode. I was funny that we went to the mall as we usually do. We usually go because
I go like once every 6 months with you because I don't go shopping for myself, which I'm glad. I got some dope gear.
Yeah, we got some dope ass gear. And I was telling you in the car ride, because if you guys don't know, like the previous heaters, bro, with our guests, jeez, they were bombs.
Yeah, people were loving it. So for those who haven't listened to the last 2 episodes, we accidentally went back-to-back episode guests, but whatever, who cares? We're human beings, we make mistakes. But no, people have been loving those last 2 episodes, especially like the Mar episode. People really
dig 2 hours,
that.
Bro.
Yeah,
almost 2 hours. Like, that's just insane.
I don't know about you, but people were like messaging me like, yo, this freaking episode was sick, man. Like, yeah,
there was like damn, the emotion, the rawness. I was like, dude, that's what we're going for.
Yeah. So it was very cool, very inspiring. So if you guys haven't listened to the previous 2 episodes, I highly recommend it. It's such good gems, nothing but gems, man. I've been loving this new having guest feature. I think it's been working out pretty good, man.
I love it. I love hearing other people's stories. And like, if you guys listen to the other one, I got pretty emotional. Like, it's just like, it goes to show you, like, it's just raw emotions. Like, nothing's pre-scripted. We don't tell the guests. We just like, yo, let's just keep it going and wherever it goes.
Yeah, we always tell guests, like, this isn't an interview. We just want to have a free flow conversation, and whatever the conversation goes to, goes with it. And yeah, like you said, it got a little emotional, but it just shows like the passion that we have to the game, you know.
And this goes up to a good point that I want to bring up. If you guys you're in the creative space in San Diego or where the fuck you're from, if you can make it here in studio, like, come on through. Like, we want to hear your story, and we want to hear like what you went through. And because we always say, like, we always tell this to the guests, like, what would you tell yourself if you're listening right now? And it's beautiful hearing their stories, like you said.
And I've been learning a lot from our guests. Yeah. Like, I think I know them, but I really don't know them that well.
Dude, it's crazy.
They say things like, "Wait, what? I didn't know that."
What?
Yeah,
like, that's just insane. But other than that, man, like, so back to the story where we went to the mall. I was telling you, I'm like, dude, I'm tired of saying, like, because you always grill me about this, like, oh, stop saying, like, it's like, I don't want to hear no excuses. So I'm like, okay, like, I heard this podcast, and I've seen like a lot of shit, like time management, and they were saying like, oh, stop saying you don't have time, but say you want to prioritize something else. So I've been taking that into consideration. Like I said, like, for the next couple months, like, I'm only taking 1 gig a week, at most. My pricing nowadays are like where it's good enough where I can get 2 gigs a month. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
You can still eat.
Yeah, I can still eat. Like, I feel comfortable spending a weekend because I'm a weekend warrior shooter, so I feel good.
I like that weekend warrior shooter. And you've been saying the last few episodes. I feel like it's a That should be more of a well-known thing because people go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's a well-known thing. If your prices are where they're at, where you feel comfortable, where you just said you can eat if you have 2 shoots a month. And that's where I want to go. And I want to help out my girl, my lady with the wedding. I don't want her to be stressed. We want to have the wedding of her, like, quote unquote dreams. Yeah. Because that's what most people say. But I'm doing that, and I'm taking this photography thing a little backseat because I'm prioritizing the rest of my life and stuff. So it is taking, like, you even told me before, it's like, yo, where's the energy, bro? Like, I'm like, damn, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know where it's at, but it's gonna get there, man.
All the energy's at wedding planning, probably
do it, but it's just a phase where, like, I'm prioritizing.
Do you think you're going through a creative rut?
No, not at all, dude.
Because you still seem inspired when we talk about photography.
What I learned from the previous episodes is, remember when I told you the creator king knows this, when I was like, shoot, edit. Now I'm trying to, like, balance that. So I'm trying to, like, find routine. I'm trying to prioritize what's important. I know I'm at a level now where I can compete against really top level tier photographers in my area. Right. So I'm not too worried about my creative rut, as you just said. I think it's more of me prioritizing my life, which I think it's okay.
Yeah, you're just trying to figure out a nice workflow for you.
I think it's just prioritizing life. Like I told you before, like I want to like get rid of, like, not get rid of it sounds really bad, but I want to be in the moment when this is all happening. I don't want to look back and be like, shit, we got married. Like, what did I do? Like,
I want to be. You kept looking forward the whole time and looking at your work or whatnot.
And I always tell this to Shelby. I'm like, damn, like I've said in previous episodes, I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't meet you yet, because I'm like, right now, like, I'm flowing, and like
that's a weird thing to say, but I mean,
it's like I don't want to, like, mess up my flow, but I feel like I'm at a level now where I've kind of found the balance of, like, finding my creative space and then dealing with my life. And kind of, like, meshing those together where it's like, dude, you're an asshole. You're fucking selfish. Like, what about your girl? Like, this and that. And that's why I'm like,
I'm not saying that, by the way, guys.
No, I'm saying like that's what, from the third perspective.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what people would say.
Someone that doesn't know you.
Yeah. And I'm prioritizing my life for the next couple of months to my wedding. And then once my wedding's done, I'm going to be back with fucking hell of energy, man. And like, it's going to be fucking dope.
Yeah. But that's geez, man, you make it sound like wedding planning sounds fun, and being married in general sounds fun. Like, look how drained you are, man. No, do I want to go there?
It's all what you want, dude. Like, for me, like, I've always wanted a wedding, and like, but for some people, like, they just want to go to the courthouse and get married and call it a day.
And we know friends who've done that too, and it's very fast and simple and cost efficient too.
Exactly, nothing wrong with that, and it's all what you want. But that's what I've been up to.
That's cool though, man. That you're saying that you're going from like 4 to 5 gigs a month to, like, you're trying to slow down to 2 gigs with a higher price, and you're still making as much as you were if you were to shoot 4 to 5 gigs like you used to.
Yeah, I've gotten, like, from other creators, like, how much do you charge? Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, step your game up. Like, stop going into that zone where, like,
stop being the $50 guy.
Yeah, because
we're not saying in general. That's just like a play of words, $50 guy.
Yeah, you don't want to be the shoot and burn person. I always say this to like people who are asking for help about pricing, or like, they always, like, the number of questions.
Well, it's been a minute since we talked about pricing. What would you give what tip would you give the young photographer right now? And this is, guys, we're assuming that your work is flames. And when I mean flames, I mean top notch stuff. You don't look like any other photographer. The teal and orange, that's blown out highlights. Like, we're not talking about that preset bullshit. We're talking about, like, real originality.
Yeah. So the number one criteria is you have to be original, which is really hard nowadays because everybody buys a preset from a photographer, and then they all look the same, and then they expect to be paid top tier, which you can't, because it's kind of something like originality is what gets you your worth. So that's what you're worth. Nobody else can replicate it. That's why you're worth a lot, and that's why people want to shoot with you. It's like brands. Everybody wants to buy cheap clothes. Nobody wants to buy, like, really Gucci expensive stuff, right?
That's you, bro. You like to buy that.
So what I'm going with this is that,
by the way, nice watch.
Oh, thanks, dude. Shit, you know, hey,
some light.
Just finished up paying the wedding. Now get to treat myself. So that was the first thing.
There you go, King.
Y'all see that?
Here you go, King.
People are gonna pause it. I'm like, how much is that? But anyways, so what the fuck we're talking about?
We're talking about pricing.
So pricing. So, like, how I began going into my pricing, I started off, a tip for you guys. I started off packaging, because go back to the episodes. I said packaging was the best way to, like, set your tone to your 3-tier. Shout outs to all those photographers who followed us, and And
started implementing that.
Yeah, that was really beautiful to see. So packaging, start with your cheap one. I don't know, start with like 3 to 5 photos. I would say 3 to 5 photos. People are like, what the fuck? Who's going to buy 3 to 5 photos? Just go with 3 to 5 photos.
Listen.
And then your medium packages, which you really want to sell. So it'd be 10 to 13, whatever. And that's priced at, I would say for the beginner, nothing less than $200. Like for sure for an hour to 40, I would say 45 hours session.
45 hours
or 45 minute session for 10 to 13 photos. And then I would be like, yo, like however many outfits you can do in 45 minutes,
go for it.
Yeah, that would be. And then my top tier would be like 3 packages. I don't know, like double the price, and then don't double the pictures though, and just like throw in another outfit. Like, I don't know, kind of like
you gotta like dib and dabble. You need to figure out what works and what doesn't work. You can't just plug and play. It's not like it just doesn't work like that where you just plug in your numbers and it works like that to everyone because it's different for everybody.
Yeah, and I have my package, but I don't want to say because then people are like, what the fuck? Like, nah, bro. Like, what is it? I don't, whatever. Just figure it out. 3 packages.
Yeah.
And then that worked out for my beginning of my, like, I don't want to say career because I shot photos before, but like my getting paid, like actually like big money.
Your professional career, I'd say.
That's when, dude, my podcast has been not even 30 something weeks, dude. Yeah. That's when I started really, really charging my packages.
That's true.
So I would say like, getting the mojo with that 6 months. And then after that, like see if that's still working with you. I know a lot of photographers now that don't have packages. Like they see that as a waste of their time because they don't want to do deliverables on per picture. So after that, when I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do packages anymore because I'm kind of working per hour if you think about it, because I have to deliver 10 to 13 photos.
You break it down by hour.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, screw that. I started listening to other professionals, what they're doing. Portrait photography is my thing. So I was like, man, how can I make this worth my time? Like, I want to get more bang for my buck,
right?
Because I'm obviously creating this unique work, and I don't want to feel like an employee for them, like working per hour, and like they're getting all this good deal. So like, nothing wrong with them getting a good deal, but
it's got to be beneficial for you too. Yeah, everyone has to win.
Exactly.
Not just one-sided.
So when I was like listening to advice from other creatives, like photographers, not creatives, but well, whatever, I was like, damn, like I'm hearing a lot of people pricing themselves a la carte, whatever it's called.
A la carte.
So I was like, well, what is that? Like, I've heard about that when you eat food. And then they were saying like, oh, just charge a session fee and then charge per picture or per print or whatever. And I was like, damn, that sounds
kind of fucking genius.
Yeah. So then you guys have heard it in previous episodes. I mentioned how I charge. So now I charge that way. Like,
so you charge like an hour fee. Like,
I charge a session fee.
A session fee. There you meant.
I have a session fee for an hour. I have a session for 2 hours. I have a session for 3 hours, and then
let's be real, 1 hour is not enough.
Yeah, it's never enough.
So everyone always wants at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, they think they want 1 hour, but if you persuade them, but if you like educate them, like, yo, an hour is not going to be enough. Plus, if you get past the hour, you're going to get a taxable penalty fee.
Yeah. So like you always like, that's perfect what I do. Like when I on the onboarding system, I don't really have an onboarding system.
Yeah, but you're still figuring out.
I have my things like what do you want to do? It's funny that you sent me a Snapchat like mood boards, because I was just like, oh, like here's my mood board. And I was like, fuck, like I have to go through like all these ideas.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what do you see this looking for? It's like, that's like 2 hours minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell them, are you gonna buy more than like 3 edits? Because this is 2 hours. I don't want you like using me for 2 hours and only expecting to buy 3 prints. And
right.
Or
it's gotta be worth it for your end.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like we negotiate. You go through the negotiating process, and that's pretty much it. But
you know what you won't go low for.
Yeah, no, of course. So my session fee is like strict. Like I'm really strict about that.
Yeah.
Because it's my time, my gas. I usually just incorporate that within San Diego.
Yeah, like a 30-mile radius.
Yeah, and then, of course, there are some times where like, oh, I want 10 pictures. Like, fuck, that's a lot of money. So like, I'm like, okay, I'll give you a discount, like whatever it is you charge per
whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, and then like it's worth it. So like, I'm like, damn. So I figured out a system where like it's worth my time, worth my energy, and then I feel like it's a win-win for everybody.
That's awesome, man. It's cool that you figured that out. And when did you said within the 6 months you decided to pivot and go in this route?
After I started getting hit up a lot, like I was like, oh, like,
okay,
damn,
so the demand was crazy.
There were times where I was getting 2 shoots, and I'll be so busy, like I'll be like, damn, I get BTS on this one. Yeah. This just happened like 2 weeks ago, where I was like, before I came potting, And I was like, it's like, fuck, like I didn't get no fucking BTS. And then I was so pissed. But even before, like maybe, I don't know, like I forgot what episode it was when I heard this. Maybe after 20 episodes,
Okay.
I was like, okay, like I'm getting booked like 2 times a week, and I was doing like back to back
Right.
shoots. And I was like, dude, what am I doing here? Like this is not being worth it for me.
It wasn't. Started to feel like a job.
And I started seeing like other, like you always, one thing that another game changer that was for me when I was like, I saw other people's work, and I was like, wait, they're doing a la carte, and like their work looks like nowhere near close mine, but they're making like triple what I'm making.
Right.
These people were making like $4,000, and I would hear like, oh, my average sale is like 2,800, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like what? Like how? And then there's like, oh, a la carte, and then yeah. But one suggestion or one thing that I will give the creative, if you have a studio or like if you have an office and your client is gonna come by and check which ones they want to pick out of like the hundreds of photos you've taken, is print out, like blow up the pictures of like your past clients.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard that
they could see
once
that.
they can see like their print, like holy shit, like that's a 20 by 30 of someone.
I want it.
I want that.
Yeah.
And
That's smart.
yeah, and I've heard many stories, like people are out there probably saying like who the fuck is gonna buy that? Dude, someone's
Believe it or
grandma
not.
someone's grandma is gonna die within the next like month because they have
Jeez.
cancer, and their family's like, yo, we want some sick photos of my grandma because we want to like eternalize her forever.
Bro,
So,
crazy. I actually just did that like a few months ago. I shot someone's grandma
for real?
that was a little older and she was getting a little sick. And we did like this interview style video where she was speaking in her native tongue. She's like Filipino. And her grandson was asking her all these questions about his grandparents pretty much because his grandpa already had passed away, and I was shooting it in 2 different cameras, and they hired me just to shoot it, man. And they wanted the raws because they want her to be there forever, which is kind of cool. I never thought about that. Once I saw them, like, damn, I wish I did that for my grandparents. I never had the opportunity to do that.
And it's that's one of the things I heard is like people don't, you have to educate the people and be like, yo, this is what you're buying. And like it's like I always say, man, like how are you gonna be remembered?
Right.
Like how are you gonna,
What's
like,
your legacy?
Yeah. And sometimes as a photographer, I'm a little envious when I'm like editing. I'm like, damn, like I wish somebody would like take pictures of me because I want to be remembered how I am.
Bro,
like,
I'm always like that. I always want people photos of me, which it's fine. Like, it's hard to get good photos, and we're always booked together, so like in separate gigs. But I feel you.
But I mean, as soon as like once I got the that system down where I was like, okay, I'm doing a la carte, charging a session fee. I feel comfortable editing. I feel good spending an hour because I'm getting paid for separate from the session fee.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, remember the session fee is just, it's the fee that the client pays for you to go on location and bring your equipment and take a photo of them.
How much do you want to get paid per hour?
Yeah.
And you got to consider your camera gear. You got to consider lighting if you do use lighting, and you got to consider gas, all that good stuff. But my main question was, I don't think you got it. Were you? I don't want to say the word scared, but were you a little nervous about shifting from package system where you're constantly getting booked nonstop?
Yeah.
You must feel good. Your ego's probably blowing up.
Yeah.
And to like, all right, let me change things up. Were you scared that you're going to lose that clientele demand? Or did the demand stay?
Sure. I was scared, but at the same time, it's like I don't want that clientele if that's going to be me,
right?
Like, working that constant. Like I don't want to work for those people. I don't want to work for the person who. Remember that one time I keep saying it, is like, just to let you know, these $500 are mean the world to us. Like I want the client who's like, yo, here's $500, thanks.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
and it's all up to it's all levels. Like you have to get there. Like you have to feel comfortable sacrificing, not getting booked 3 times a week, maybe just once a week,
right?
Because that's all up to the creative and the photographer, videographer, whatever it is that you want to serve as a customer or as a product.
Yeah.
So I feel like now I'm like I feel like maybe the wedding had a little bit to do with it, because I was like, man, like I'm spending too much time working and not helping my girl. It's like maybe I'll just take like expensive, like really high end clients who are setting my, who want to buy my product because I think it's good and I think it's fair for them. Like it evens out. Yeah. So then that kind of motivated me. Is like, oh shit, like I only have one a week and they paid me for like what I used to do for 3 fucking gigs.
That means
Like,
you're
what am I
winning in
doing?
life right
Yeah.
there.
So I'm like, what am I like? Why would I want to go back to packages, what I was charging and making less money and doing more work? Maybe just take 1 client a week, and that equals 3 clients. What I was charging.
You're working smarter, not harder, man.
Yeah. So
Interesting that you. Okay, I don't know why we don't talk about this shit in real life until we get to the podcast. I'm going through something very similar right now where I'm increasing my rates like drastically because the demand is too high.
Yeah.
And it's not to shit on anybody, but like it's just been popping.
Yeah.
At least for us. I can't speak for anyone else. At least in the San Diego area. Yeah, I started increasing my prices, man, because like I was getting too overworked. Like I have an editor. I hire an editor to like edit my work. That's how much work I'm getting. And I love to just shoot. I can shoot all fucking day. Editing, love hate. Especially if it's something that it's not like you're super passionate about. And it's been working out though, man. Like I'm just shooting my shot with the higher number.
Yeah.
Once I don't just shoot my shot with a higher number. We discuss about it. We do onboarding. We do freaking Zoom calls. Last 3 days has been nothing but Zoom calls with potential clients, and I've been locking them in. So it's been pretty cool. And I've been shooting my shot a little higher and higher and higher, and they've been saying yeah. So they clearly see the value in my talents and in my work, and whatever I can produce for them, it's going to make them more money too. So they that's the cool thing about having like, let's say, quote unquote, hired clients, because they're in a different mindset where they know that your product is going to elevate whatever they're trying to sell or whatever they're trying to make out of it. You know, It's not just, I want photos just to take photos. Those people are going to want to pay you $50. If it's just a family photo because they don't really care about it. But let's say if it's a product photography, let's say like a shirt, and they want some dope fucking photos with models and stuff because they want to make 3 times X of what they made the last quarter. And they want you to make that happen for them. So that means they're valuing you. They're valuing your time. They're valuing your talent. And that means you can shoot the price up a little higher, you know?
Yeah. And it goes like you have your niche, and I have my niche. So that's a really good comparison what you just said, where like people who hit you up because of like our work are because they know what they want. It's like people who go to like, I don't know, Tesla to buy a car. They know what they want. It's expensive, but they know what they want. They want an electric vehicle. So like for us, it's like they want good shit that's gonna help them elevate themselves. So like that's why like
you are a tool for them.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot like me and you are getting there. We're like, I don't know, man. It's beautiful seeing us like grow.
And and that's weird. And I don't know if it's a podcast, and it's a friendly, healthy competition too.
Yeah.
Like we're not like, man, fuck you, bro. Like, nah, like we're like helping each other and shit, you know? It's a beautiful thing, man. What's been happening the last fucking 45 weeks.
It's almost
like,
40, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. That's insane.
30 whatever weeks, yeah.
We were just with our previous guest, and we're like, was it, what episode is this, Pete? Like 36? And I was like, what? Like 36? Like, damn, bro. Like, what the
fuck? I wanted to say something more about the pricing thing. Fuck, I forgot. If you have anything else when it comes to
pricing,
give a tip to the creator right now.
I would say the tip would be just be like, don't worry about charging. Okay, don't take offense when we say don't be the $50 shooter. Yes, we're all gonna start there. We're all gonna start there. We're not shitting on anybody. I'm saying you shouldn't be stagnant. You shouldn't plateau at $50. There's a lot of shooters out there who I know personally who are photographers and have been shooting fucking, I'm gonna say it, $500 weddings, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw them shooting $500 weddings as photography, I was like, man, like they're winning in life. Like when I started shooting people, and then a year passes by, like, okay, I'm making good money. Like, wait, you're still shooting 500? Like, fuck, that's good. Like you're making good money for a wedding. They're shooting like, I don't know, like one wedding a month.
Sure.
2 years go by, I'm like, wait, you're still shooting $500 weddings? Like, what the fuck? Something's wrong. Yeah. And I'm over here making like what they're making in like a week or something.
Yeah.
And
in a photo session, not just a wedding. Exactly.
And then you guys be like, Peter, you're capping. Like, no, bro. Like, I got receipts, bro. So what I'm trying to say is we all start somewhere, but the moral of the story is you have to keep raising your prices and finding what you're worth. And like Roberto says, you have to back it up by your shit being heat. Like, you just can't shoot purple, teal, orange photos and expect to be paid money.
Yeah. No, that brings to a good point, because I remember, I think I freaking told you we celebrated with the beer. I was like, bro, I landed my first $1,000 gig. This was like 2 years ago. And
we're on Breakwater, bro.
Yeah, we're on Breakwater. Yeah. Like, bro, I fucking landed $1,000 gig. And of course, I over delivered the fuck out of it. Like, I should have been at least a $5,000 gig, but I mean, they got me. They didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know, so it was all good. And yeah, dude, like I just remember, like, how can you get $1,000 in a fucking video? Like, how is that even possible? And then once I got it, and then I started getting more and more used to it, I'm like, bro, $1,000 is really not much. It sounds like, I know we sound douchebags right now, but at least in San Diego, $1,000 isn't a lot.
Hell no.
So then it started shooting up and up and up and up and up, and it's been working, man. Like, once you get to where you want to get, you can only shoot up, and the fact that they're still saying yes it's a fucking blessing.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point where like $1,000, like our mindset was like, damn, that's good. Like, damn, bro, I can't wait till I get there. And then when I meet like other creatives, when I went to do that photo shoot at the studio, I'm like, bro, like, oh, like what they're charging here, like I would have done with these services, I would charge like $5,000. And I was like what? Like, like I seen you work, bro, and like it's good, but it's not like in my mind $5,000 worth. Yeah. And then I'm like, holy fuck, like if you can keep doing that shit, like good for you, bro. You're winning, because that shit's crazy.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, you know, we're just talking about pricing because we want, like we say, if this was a motherfucker talking to me right now, like I'd be like, yo, like be patient, manifestation about what the fuck you want in life, and the universe will provide. So obviously we all want to get paid. So
facts.
Work on your editing, bro. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Like work on your fucking editing, and the rest will fall into place.
Not just editing, but shooting too.
Yeah, I mean, like everything, obviously. But
work on your craft.
For the most part, man, don't focus on the pricing. The pricing of whatever the fuck your value is and your stock is gonna go up, because your work ethic is gonna accentuate that, and manifestation of that will make you get more money.
Yeah, so if you have a lot of people hitting you up for photos, and they oh my god, your photos are cool, like let me get some photos like that, that means you got to bring the prices up. Yeah. So
like, and don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid. Because I was that motherfucker who was afraid.
We all were.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna lose these people though. Like, okay, well,
that's fine.
You're not there no more. Like, go up. Like, you're moving up. Like,
don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to be $50 shit for 4 years straight, bro. And you don't want to be offering discounts. You don't want to be offering specials for 12 months out of the year and shit. Like,
we've all been there where we're catering to this rapper because, like, man, like I got a feeling he's gonna make it big one time.
Bro, do you know how many times I've said that?
I know he's gonna make it big. I'm gonna keep giving that homie discount because when he becomes big, he's gonna pay me so much money.
Bro, I have that so many times. Yeah,
you gotta be like, all right, well, shit. I hope he makes it big,
but at the same time, I gotta pay my bills.
Yeah, so like, yo, bro, my shit's going up. Your shit's still the same. Like, what the fuck? Like, weigh your options. Obviously, you gotta look out for yourself. Yes, you have to respect the artist and be like, okay, man, I hope you're making it big, but my prices have gone up, and this is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm sorry. If you want to hire me, hire me. If not, then no.
Yeah, fuck it.
So
let's pivot to some
gear talk, baby.
Let's get nerdy right now.
Gear talk, bro.
So what did Sony just drop?
Sony just dropped fucking 4 new lenses.
4? I thought it was 3.
No, 4. So let's start with the cheapies. Not the cheapies, but like the G Masters. Or not the G Masters.
No, just the G.
It's the G, regular G. So they came out with 3 regular Gs that are kind of like pancake style.
Yeah, they're like pancake
24. Style. Look at this 24, bro. Compared to the fucking pancake 24.
They're not necessarily pancake, but they look like it.
It is a 2.8, so maybe that's why. FE24.
They're primes. They're all primes.
They're all primes. One single focal length. FE24 prime, 2.8 G full frame, ultra compact G lens for the alpha E mount. And then they came up with the 50.
Nifty 50?
The 2.5, though. Not Nifty 50, bro. Because it's a 2.5 G lens. And then they came up with some other bullshit. The 40 mil 2.5.
I've never heard anyone say
I want a 40 mil. This, bro. Because,
wait, what's the other lens? You said 4.
It's a G Master.
Oh, it's a G Master.
1.2 50 mil. That's the latest.
That's right. I forgot about that one.
So let's start with the trash fucking lenses.
I wouldn't call it trash. I wouldn't call it trash.
I think they're trash. Like, it's pointless. But there's other better lenses that you can get for cheaper price.
I thought this was a strange drop from Sony, but at the same time, kind of smart, because if you think about it, man, Sony lenses are, let's say they're above. They range around $800 to $1,000 for the FE, which is a full frame lens.
Yeah. So let me give you prices. Let me give you numbers. 24 mil, $599, right?
$600.
Yeah. Fuck, they're all $600. They're all $599. So
I feel like these are lenses for budgeted filmmakers and photographers. I don't know if a photographer would even want the 2.8. I mean, some people want the craziest shallow depth 1.4, 1.8.
well, it's a 2.5, and then the 24 is a 2.8.
I feel like these are perfect for video because honestly, in video, man, I don't go anything past the 2.8 because
that is true.
even with the 55 that has a 1.8, I rarely go 1.8 because it's so hard to autofocus that. It's just hard to nail the focus, even if you go manual, because it's going to be kind of hunting especially if your subject is moving pretty fast.
Yeah.
2.8 is a good sweet spot for me. But that's just my opinion on that. What do you think? Who do you think this is for?
I think video. Somebody who's doing weddings, they want a small lens for like
it's very compact
for their cheap gimbals because they're cheaper gimbals. Like they can't really balance heavy lenses.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really smart move from Sony because they're like, oh man, like for the
there's
new
like the middle tier.
Yeah, for the new wedding filmer who's like, I finally got a gimbal. He's like, wait, what? I can't put this big ass
on
lens
my
on
SC.
it. He's like, no, bro, like you need like a kit lens.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, well, these are like the size of a kit lens.
And it's prime.
Yeah. So like, okay, 40 mil, 2.5. Not for the 3 Sonys that just came out, the pancake size ones, the smaller ones. G full frame ultra compact. They're more like for gimbal. I see that.
Okay.
And
even photography too. I mean, I feel like this would be a good like I don't mid-tier amateur.
I want to say. I mean, photography. I want to say it's photography, bro, because when I got my A6000, I got an Amazon Mikey 1.8 35 mil for $70 bro.
Yeah, but that was a micro thirds lens. It wasn't a full frame lens.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was. But either way, like
because those are generally cheaper.
I wouldn't. Well, me personally, the focal length that's a little more like wide. Not the bokeh where like holy shit, but like
you like the compressed 85 look, like anything from 85.
Well, just the bokeh, like I wouldn't go anything over 2.
See, photography is different. Video, like I said, 2.8 is like the sweet spot for me.
Yeah, this would work wonderful for video.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a cheaper gimbal that can't support a really heavy lens.
Exactly.
But other than that, I think it's
it's an interesting drop. Sony's just nonstop with dropping. I mean,
yeah.
What the fuck is next? They're gonna drop another camera? Like, damn! Like they just dropped the freaking A7S III, the A1, FX3,
FX6,
and I feel like they drop another one, FX6, and some
A1.
Yeah, so they're just dropping nonstop, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, someone's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
It's not for me. It's not for you. I feel like this would be a good lens for the beginner with a smaller budget, because I mean $600 is still $600, but believe it or not, guys, in the full frame world with lenses, that's pretty freaking cheap.
Yeah,
I would buy if I could have like your Sigma for $600 in a heartbeat,
yeah, that shit was $900 though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good comparison right here right now. So the FE24, which is the new
this
one,
focal length.
Yeah,
right
this
here.
This one is a 24 mil 1.4. It retails about $849 plus tax. It ends up being like 9-something, 920,
9 and change.
So this one, the Sony one, is $599, but it's 2.8, and it's a 24 mil, smaller, but it's a 2.8. So think about that. Funny story. I've been talking to Dominguez. He's been messaging me.
Okay.
He's been saying like, "Yo, like, I might switch to Sony," and I'm like,
he's been saying that for
no,
a
but
minute.
he's been like, he was like messaging me, and I was like, dude, like, this guy's gonna fucking go
Commit.
into Sony.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the dark side.
He's like, oh, so here's one question I want to tell you. Like, the A7S III, it's not weather sealed proof, right? Or only some buttons. I know the A9
quote unquote they kind of are, but.
Yeah. I told Dominguez, I was like, I know this lens right here, the 24 mil Sigma is it has like a little rubber seal. My 85 doesn't, but
they all supposedly do.
Yeah,
but
I know the A9 for sure is weather sealed because it's
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I take that back. I've taken this A7 III.
Yeah, when you went in
Portland and it was freaking drizzling hard, and I'm like in a gimbal, like nothing malfunctioned, so it worked pretty fine.
Yeah,
and it was like drizzling pretty hard, like low key, like raining, and I was still filming outside, so it could take some water, I guess.
Yeah. But these 3 lenses are a good, starter kit for prime lenses, cheaper than most prime lenses.
Yeah.
On their focal length.
Yeah.
if you're a photographer, do think about it's a 2.8 and a 2.5.
If I'm a photographer, I'm not getting these lenses. But if I don't know, the 24 is not a bad. It's a nice focal length. But if I'm a videographer, as like starting off, and I'm in a tight budget, I can't spend no more than, let's say, $600. I would get this one then.
I will tell you this much: if you're a photographer too, and you're going for a 24 mil as your primary, why the fuck would you want to get my lens that's a 1.4, and it's a 24 mil? So why would you want to have all this bokeh and just have like this narrow subject? So go ahead and get this 24 mil. That's 2.8. Maybe you can get more of a subject and focus.
Sure.
It's a lot of up and downs, but whatever, man.
But I mean, the trend is to open up the aperture as much as you can.
Yeah. So those are the 3 lenses that just came out. And then the money maker, the one that's making noise around town, is the 50 mil. Another 50 mil, but it's a 1.2 full frame G Master. So how do you feel about that? $2,000, bro.
Oh my god,
that's more than
literally what my freaking camera cost.
Yeah, and I will tell you this: G Masters are out of this world, bro.
Yeah,
like I fuck with my studio session. I fuck with a G Master 24 mil compared to mine.
Yeah,
the fringing is like.
What does that mean to?
Like the blue when you look at a light, the chromatic aberration.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not there.
It's not there.
The bokeh lights on mine are a little, like, they're not perfectly round, but if you pixel peep, they're not as round as the G Master.
Right. But the common eye can't see that though.
They can't.
The client will never notice what the fuck that is.
Post editing is much easier because I could literally not put remove chromatic aberration because it was invincible.
I just do that. I just do that to all my photos. Like,
G Masters are dope, but they're just fucking overpriced in my opinion. As they should.
They're expensive for a reason though. So the glasses, I mean, you have first-hand experience. I never touched or messed with a G Master I never have actually.
Really? They're fucking light, dude. I mean,
really? I assume they were heavy.
The 24 mil to this, like, it felt like it was like a 35 mil.
Really?
It didn't even look pretty on my camera. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know why I assume it would be heavier than your freaking Sigma.
No, it's 360 milligrams or grams or I don't know what the fuck. And this one's like 700 something.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, it's double the size.
No, I've seen Manny Ortiz play with it. I mean, he makes anything look good, so it's like it's hard for me to tell if it's that. I don't know if it's worth $2,000. I would never spend $2,000 on a lens. The thing unless I'm getting something like a 400 millimeter or something, like some kind of telephoto lens.
Yeah, the thing I got from Manny Ortiz's review is that against glare, when the sun is behind the object, like you can recover a lot, which is like really, really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I would never be in that scenario. You would more likely than I would.
I feel like my challenge changed where like I wouldn't be in that scenario anymore. Okay. But for a natural light shooter, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. Who is this lens for then? We always do that with gear. Like, who is this lens for? Definitely for the high professional.
Yeah, I would say like somebody who does
editorials,
anything. The 50 mil, that's like the people think, or
the 35 or the 50.
The 35 or the 50 is what people like. Yeah. Personally, I like the flatness of the 85. Just because I'm into that editorial high-end fashion, like I like that, like fucking
compression,
not the compression, but like the way it makes your face look. It makes it look like you're there in real life.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. 1.2. That's a shit. Like, damn. Like, that's.
I mean, there's people out there buying it.
Yeah, this is just for maybe the nerd who wants the fucking 50 mil in their fucking arsenal.
I got a G Master, and it's a stunt. I got the G Master. I got that red G.
I know. Let's move on to the fucking frame of the week.
Hell yeah, man. Well, since we didn't do any plugins, man, you want to do a little...
Guys, you guys can go into the In the Frame podcast. Guys, if you guys don't know this shit, I don't know if you guys don't know, there's a link on our Instagram where you can go and your favorite platform, go on YouTube. Every week there's the same thing. Like, not the same thing, but I'm saying like the updated link to the YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Go ahead. If you go on YouTube, give us a like, give us a dislike. We don't give a fuck. Give us a comment. Let us know what we're doing wrong. Let us know what we're doing right. Anything that supports the channel, as we always say, that's currency for us. That keeps us motivated doing this shit. Maybe my energy's been down because y'all ain't commenting. So I'm like, what the fuck am I doing this shit for? I be editing. Y'all wasting my fucking time. No, I'm just joking. But guys, this, like we say, currency is your interaction with us. DM us on our personals. DM us on In the Frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the frame of the week right here, bro. So this week's frame of the week is the @ name. We'll see here in the whiteboard is Empire_NIC. This dude is from, I believe, I can't recognize the first flag, but I recognize the Canadian flag. So I'm assuming we have another Canadian fellow creator gang member.
Canadian, Scotland, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Anyways, what do you think about the image? It's pretty interesting. Another Photoshop style image.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like the blur.
Yeah.
I like the there's no face. It's kind of up to interpretation.
Yeah, it's like one of those like
nice kicks though, even though it's blurred.
Yeah, it's like one of those like if you were to see like this in a museum, like how would you interpret this?
Definitely an NFT. Something we need to talk about.
Ooh, we're gonna talk about that sooner than later. We're trying to educate ourselves with the NFT world right now. So for those that have been asking us, I've actually had a few DMs like you should talk about NFTs. Yeah. We're gonna get there, bro. We don't want to sound like fucking dumb fucks, complete dumb fucks. Yeah, so
we gotta do our research.
Yeah. No, but it's a cool photo, man. Thank you for
supporting us.
Yeah, actually, his caption is identity theft, which kind of makes sense. His face is gone.
Damn.
Yeah, so pretty dope.
Love it.
Appreciate the support, man. Thanks for listening to the Potter. Congratulations on being in the frame of the week. And yeah, man.
And guys, I don't want to sound like excuse or anything, but remember, like this is just like this is real life. Like we're not getting paid for this shit. We're doing this for you guys. So yeah, sometimes my fucking energy might be down. So what? Like we're still putting in work week after week. I hope that shows some sort of commitment on my part and Alberto's part. Like we might not be like, oh, what's up, bro? Like what happened to Pete? This and that. But like we're here and we're bringing guests week by week. These past 2 weeks, like we said, we put a lot of energy on editing. The content that you guys just listened to the past 2 weeks, like Jesus Christ, like I wish I would have had a podcast that would have listened to that and be like, holy fuck, like what? Like I'm just very, very, very proud of what we created.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm super proud for the space that we're creating, man. It's only going to go up. We're 35, 37 weeks in. So it's only gonna go up, man. I'm chilling, bro. Like I'm loving.
Who knows,
this.
Man? We might have fucking black with no cream fucking hoes next week. Shit, know what I mean? Like shit, like that shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, it's been dope, man. We've been connecting with some big wigs recently. So things are in the works right now, but can't say too much until it's official.
No, and as always, we're doing this for you guys. Nobody but you guys. Not even for us. We don't give a fuck about clout. Like we're doing this shit to fill that void, as we say, week in, and out, for you guys. Creative game.
Where can people find you at, bro?
Let's finish it off. People can find me at Peter Collin Frames at petercollinframes.com, petercollinframes at Gmail or
Gmail.
God damn it! I'm already
Instagram.
Where can they find
this guy cannot wait to get married.
I'm just fucking. I can't wait to go to sleep right now.
People can find me on Instagram at @A_Mendoza_ and on YouTube Alberto Mendoza. And make sure you guys give us a like if you're on YouTube, if you're out here creeping in these streets, and if you're on Apple Podcasts, 5-star rating, give us a comment, give us a review, and if you're on Spotify, hit the share button, put it on your stories on Instagram, and tag us.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to do it for episode number 37 of In the Frame podcast. We'll catch you on episode number 38.
Can't wait for this next episode real, bro. With our guest.
I'm hyped.
It's going to be a dope guest.
We'll catch you on episode number 38.
Peace. Deuce.